Good morning. May I request everyone to please stand up as we ask Mia to lead us in prayer. Mia? Amen. Okay, you may now take your seat and please say present as your name is called, for I will be checking your attendance. Okay. Yes. All right. Now that everyone is present and accounted for, kindly pass your homework to the front. Aldous, kindly collect the homework of your classmates. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay, thank you. Now, can anyone tell me about the lesson we've discussed yesterday? Yes, direct variation. Very good. So, what is a direct variation? Yes, thank you. And an inverse variation. Very good. So, do you have any questions about the topic? If none, then on to joint variations we go. Joint variation is a variation such that y varies directly as the product of x and z, such that you have a constant k. You have to always remember the constant k. So, for direct and inverse variations, we only have one constant k and two variables. However, in a joint variation, we now have three variables, x, y, and z, and one constant, that is k. So, through this equation, we can get this other equation through cross multiplication. Very good. So, we now put the constant k to the other side of the equation and all the variables on this side. And we can read this equation as y varies jointly as x and z, right? So, let's move on to an example. The area of a triangle varies jointly as its base b and its altitude h. So, from this example, from this word problem, we can get this answer. So, the area of a triangle A varies jointly. When we say varies jointly, it is on the other side of the equal sign and they are multiplied as its base and its altitude. So, it is written like this, right? It is represented by this equation. We should not forget the constant k. It should always be here, right? For in joint variations, there are how many variables? Yes, Layla. 3, yes. And one constant. So, however, we now know that the area of a triangle is actually A is equal to 1/2 base times height. Do you still remember this formula? Yes, very good, Amon. Okay, so from this equation now, we can assume that k is equal to 1/2 based on the position they are having on this equation. So, 1/2 is equal to k, okay? So, for example, number 2, we have the pressure P, okay, of a gas varies jointly as its density D and its absolute temperature T. How do you make this into an expression? So, from this word problem, we have to make it into an expression or a formula, right? So, we have this answer. Pressure P varies jointly is equal to, we should not forget the K, constant K, and then density and temperature, right? So, this is how you make it into an expression. So, that's it. We should always remember that there are laws of variation. Y is equal to constant k multiplied by x raised to the power n. This n can be any number from 1 to infinity, right? So, we can also write this as y is equal to k over x n, wherein y varies directly as k and inversely as x, right? So, we can also write variations as y is equal to k x times z and y is equal to kx over z. So, remember, This is a direct variation, right? This is an inverse variation based on the division sign. And now that there are three variables and one constant, this is now a what? Yes, a joint variation. Three variables and one constant, joint variation. Very good. So now, from this laws, okay, we can now answer example number 3. So, we are asked about the weight W of a circular disc which varies jointly as the square of the radius r and its thickness. So how do we make this into an expression? Okay. Nana. Yes. Okay. Can you tell me the answer? Not quite, but close enough. So this is how we make it into an expression, right? We have the weight W, which varies jointly as the square of the radius r, right? Then its thickness T. We should always remember that there is a constant T here, right? Aside from the variables written in the word problem, we must always assume that there is a constant K somewhere within the expression. So now, will you be able to answer if we're going to have a short activity? No, there's no need to be afraid. We can just answer it and just enjoy it, right? So now, let's do this. Now, kindly group yourselves into 2 groups. You can count from 1 and 2. And then, yes, we'll start with you, Amon. Okay, very good. 1, okay, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Very good. Now, all group 1 to this side of the classroom and group 2 over here, over this side. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, ready? Okay, now, I will be asking you to answer each of these questions simultaneously. I will be giving you 5 minutes to answer this and no peeking, okay? So, group 1 can answer here on this side of the blackboard and group 2 can answer on that side of the blackboard. So, timer starts now. Okay, time's up. Chalks down, please. Okay, group 1, group 2, put your chalks down. Erasers, yes, settle down, everybody. We are now going to check if your answers are correct. So, okay, number 1, the force F of attraction between 2 bodies varies jointly. Okay, what is your answer? Group 1, let's check if your answer is correct. Okay, group 2. All right, very good. Both of you have answered it correctly. Very good. So, number 2, what is the answer? P varies directly. Let's check if your answer is correct. All right. Okay. Very good, both groups. And now, what will happen if we put numbers in place of the variables? Okay, let's check if your answers are also correct. Okay, we now have a winner. Congratulations, group. Okay, I will be giving you cloud 9s each, right? So that everybody is a winner. Yay, thank you so much for listening. Okay, so now, okay, everyone, can you please sit down? I will be giving you a short quiz, okay? So, kindly answer this. Okay, pass this to your classmates. Okay, very good. Okay, all right. Now, kindly answer this. Items from 1 to 5. I will be giving you 15 minutes. Time's up. Okay, finished or not finished, pass your papers to the front. Thank you so much. Okay. Kindly collect. Okay, thank you. Now for your assignment, Kindly open your textbook on page 117. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, and answer items numbers 5 to 10. Okay, do you have any questions regarding our topic? Okay, if none, yes? Yes, that is called joint variation if we have three variables. Any questions? Okay, no more. Thank you very much for coming, everyone, and class dismissed.